Hello YouTube, I am Scallywag and this is going to be my video on how to deal with King's alley kicks, which is this move. It's kind of a spammy low that's very popular among people in the lower ranks on Tekken Online. This is going to be my first video in a series I'm calling Tips for Beginners, because I think that largely a lot of the help you can find for Tekken Online doesn't really help you to deal with a lot of the really dirty tactics that are used, because a lot of the better players out there will treat these moves as things that you should just be able to deal with. And so I'm hopefully going to do some very short videos where you can pop in, watch it, and you'll be better against a certain character, against a certain move that they like to spam against you at the end of it. Hopefully these videos will never be longer than 10 minutes. So on to this move and how to deal with it. King likes to use this move. He has the 2 extension that's a mid after the low, so at any point throughout this move it can sort of be hard to guess when he's going to do it. And if you hold down after getting hit by any of these, you kind of feel like you can't block it. And immediately the best piece of advice to deal with this move is just to hold down back. For some reason, a lot of the time if you hold down in Tekken, you'll be able to deal with a lot of the lows, you'll block them, but after one of these hit you, you have to hold down back. If King gets a counter hit, he doesn't do 3 of, he can choose to do 5 instead of 3. And if all 5 hit, what seems to happen is he gets a guaranteed whatever he wants. He can launch you and move into big damage, and all of that together is going to be more than half your health bar. But really this move is quite easily dealt with when you know how to do it. If you want to practice this, dealing with this move yourself, come to practice mode, go CPU action 1, go to repeat action, go to the move list and find stagger kick. It's number 39 on his move list. Once you've chosen that, you can hold the face button and circle if you're on the PS4, and King is going to use this move against you. So anyway, there are quite a few ways to deal with this move, even if the first hit gets to you, as it's tough to see. If the first hit gets you, you hold down back and you can block. And you can do this at any point. If the first 2 hit you, you can block the third. How this works with the counter hit version is that you will get hit by the first 2, but you can block the third. After any of these lows, after you've blocked one, whether it be the first one or the second one, or in the case of the counter hit, the third or fourth, you can low parry the next one with down forward and get whatever combo your character wants to use against King. You can also hop kick with most characters after blocking one of these. Oh, mucked it up there. There you go, punish. So that's guaranteed as long as he's going for more of them. And probably even if he isn't. These moves are launch punishable, as you can see, because if I get by the first to block the third, I can launch punish this. That is guaranteed. And you can get, once again, whatever combo your character of choice wants to use there. So launch punish. So there you go. You get hit by however many of these, and no matter how slow your reaction times are, you should be able to hold down back by the third one. And if you do that, and he doesn't choose to do the 2 extension, you get a launch punish. Or, for maybe arguably safer option, you do your low parry after blocking one of them, then you don't have to deal with how many of these he wants to do, or whether he chooses to use the 2 extension. And that works the same with normal hit and counter hit. As I say, you will get hit by the first 2 hits if he is using the counter hit version. So when King chooses to use 3 of these low kicks into the mid, once again you can get hit by as many as you want of these, and you can block the last hit. If you get hit by the final low, I believe it is impossible to block. Yeah, you can't block if you get hit by all 3, but once you get used to this move, there's really no reason why you should get hit by all 3 of the lows. If I get hit by 2 here, block 1 and block the last one, you can launch punish this move too. Once again, that's guaranteed into whatever combo you want. So at a very basic level, you should be able to nullify the effectiveness of this move, and even guarantee yourself some big, obviously I'm not doing the proper combos here, but guarantee yourself some big damage. You can even, if you've noticed that the King player up against is only doing the free kicks, and will always do the free kicks no matter what the situation is, whether you've blocked or not, you can actually bait them into doing all 3, and maybe even choose to get hit by the first 2 to block the third one, in the case that he's not doing the 2 extension. You can get hit by the first 2 to block the third and launch punish into, you know, usually pretty good damage and wall carry. So as I say, at the most basic level, you can at least take away a lot of the effectiveness of this move. The only awkward part comes when King decides to use the 2 extension on the different hits, and you're probably very able to react to the mid and to deal with that and launch punish it. But truthfully, the level that I've got to is that if you're now at a stage where if King decides to use this move on you, you're either going to get a low parry combo or a launch punish, and maybe now that you're ready to block the lows, you're going to take this mid. If he decides to do it after the first hit or after the first 2 hits, I think that's still a pretty massive improvement from at a beginner level against King, who is one of the more abusable characters in the low ranks. I believe that turning this into a move where the most dangerous thing you're ever going to take is the first, or maybe even 2 of these, and then the mid. You get knocked down, and King has good wake-ups, so it's not ideal, and you can improve further. But I believe that having the chance of getting a low parry combo or the launch punish, with the worst that's going to happen really being the combination of that and that, is still a big improvement. So yeah, for now that's it on this move. Everyone feel free to let me know if there's any particular moves or setups in the game that you really struggle with, that you'd like some pretty simple answers of how to deal with, and I'll get onto that. I'm hoping to do a lot of videos, like I say, very short videos on very specific situations, because I do find that a lot of the time the advice that you can get from the really good players out there can be either too broad, or these players have been good for too long and they're just not taking into account that some of these things are actually really hard when you're first starting the game. So yeah, thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, feel free to let me know if there's anything you'd like to see.